neighbors. Okay, because, all right, because I'm at home. All right, so I already did a live on my Instagram channel, so if you want to see that one, go to that channel. But it basically is exposing a bunch of like tubers. Right, so page your wands energy out first. So this is like my inner child energy. Right, so this is like me getting to know like you guys. This is how I come up like for you guys. I never come up in my Empress energy or anything else when I'm like in a 3D, because I believe like I'm a child of God, and so like I must act that way. I must represent myself in that way, and so that's how I've always been since I was a kid. I'm saying that because I was an Empress when I was a kid too, so like you could imagine how fucking terrifying I was to a lot of people. To a lot of people, I was like older than I, was, and like I had to wait till everybody was to grow up so that I could talk to them. And like I used to talk to like way older people, and like have conversations about things that were like beyond my understanding. But I remember it was about 2013, 2014. Someone had tested me and tested my spirit, and I said something, and then it didn't seem that smart to me. It just felt like very common knowledge, and the person felt so surprised and acted so pleased and appeased, and I was like, okay, well, that's not the reaction I usually get. And that's when I knew things were changing and things were done like being the same way it was, and people were showing their true selves, like about 2012 maybe. Right, so that's when like the Great Awakening first happened, and I was 12 years old. And I was like, oh shit, like people are starting to fucking wake up and shit. Like, yeah, but the first like awakening in America was like due to drugs, and so people like had this displacency that caused them to, get shamanic wounds. And that's like far worse than, you know what I mean, like witch wounds, because witch wounds are like symptoms of like 3D concessions. Like basically it's like Gaia paying God for like the displacency, quite literally. Because Juno and Venus both exist in heaven, and so like that's why it's like talking about God, and when they talk about Zeus or Odin, they talk about multiple wives and stuff, and then the main marriage, and like the one that talks about like beauty and modesty and everything like that. So that was what I talked about in my other reading in my YouTube, in my Instagram channel, my Instagram reel. You can definitely check it out. It's AE7 Neith dot Jade Musa. Okay, so it's AE7 NEITH dot JADEMUSA. Okay, so we got two pentacles here, and I'm literally not checking the cards until I see them on screen with the King of Cups. And the King of Cups comes out a lot, and honestly it's a really deep topic, and I don't get into King of Cups energy just because King of Cups is a very versatile energy, and so I just think of it as a water energy, a water element. Think of it as the main water element. If anything, it's Neptunian energy. So it's also talking about magic and principles, and so it's talking about practicality, but it's also talking about, you see how it's practical, but it's at the same time like unconventional. So it's like water energy. And so we have two pentacles here, and I have to go very soon, you guys, so I'm just gonna be really quick. So I'm not gonna like explain everything. I'm just like telling you about King Cups energy. So when I say something is really deep, I mean that shit, so you guys know that I mean that shit, and that's why explanations matter. Anyways, so two pentacles stands on kind of like integrity, which is talking about humanitarianism and also independence. And so we got the title here with Santa Maria, and so it's like talking about, give me a second, let me put this out. This is now about like, okay, so it's more like a cycle complete. It's like the World card, but in a sense it's talking about like overall completion, overall integrity. So there's saying energy here, so there's like safety and like reward with the Six of Wands here. Or is this the Nine of Wands? Let's see, this is the Six of Wands. Yeah, this is the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands energy talks about harvest. It talks about so Seven of Wands is about ancestors, right, and self-defense. So Six of Wands is about like, six is about like also like ascension in a sense. It's about movement and action. And so yeah, that's true activity and harvesting, as you can see. So there's like harvest of truth, which is information, which is info, direction. And so this is like it's like an infodex. So it's like, okay, here's your infodex. What is it that you would like to know? What is it that you would like to see? And how is it that you're deciding to interact with the divine at this time? And so that, in a sense, with the symbolism of the truth coming through, and the Two of Swords. So it's like the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords. So it's in order. So there's practicality here. That's also a sign of God, a sign of submission. And then we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. So the Seven of Cups in reverse is actually a really good sign, because that means that, you know what I mean? First of all, I'm recording, so this is on record. This is also a sign that it's being seen, it's being noticed, it's being formed, and so people are watching it. So I do know that people are watching it. And then the Four of Swords, which means that it's being put to rest. Also notice that it went from the 2 to the 4, right? We skipped 3, which is like the heartbreak. This is like confusion, and it's like, this is kind of like, that's why I said it's a good sign. It's because it's like an elation away from that. It's like also an investment that was practically made. So that also occurs with the King of Cups there. And then the King of Cups also comes through, as I said, is a very versatile energy. So very much rewarding energy. So in that measure of reward, we have something like the phone, right? So we have our phones, and we have your eyes watching the cards, and then you're seeing through illusions. And so this is like you seeing, this is you not knowing what the illusion is, and this is you being aware that the illusion usually is technological. So this is on record, because this only, if I was in public, right, and I was doing a card reading for someone and the Seven of Cups in reverse came out, I'd be kind of like, oh, where's the camera at? Like, you know what I mean? All right, like, where's the camera at? But if I saw like the Seven of Cups upright, I'd be like, okay, well, I know now that there's like attention being driven, but it's like tumultuous energy. Okay, so let's keep on going. So Four of Swords is like kind of putting something to rest, and with the Ten of Pentacles here, it's like, okay, so it's like restful energy. This is like good. This is like energy of someone who's well rested, and so it's like vitality. So it's not, I didn't really ask a question, so it's coming out like, oh, okay, like I'm well rested, like that's what's going through my system right now, like, okay, you know what I mean? I'm sure you guys are also well rested. Oh, boom, the Three of Swords, you see? Now that's an interference. You see what I'm saying? So we have like good energies here, and I said, notice that we skipped the Three of Swords, and now the Three of Swords is coming here. So if it came out and it was supposed to come out by the divine law of order, it would have come out in reverse in that area right there before. So I would have been like, oh, there's a situation that might occur, and then there might be someone, you know what I mean, that might come and interfere, or there might be some sort of situation. But then here it is, it's a Three of Swords upright, and it's coming after the Ten of Pentacles, which is about body, and it's about more blessedness. So what is this energy? Where is it coming from? So Eight of Pentacles, someone is trying to collect something. Okay, now we understand the issue. So sorry about that. So basically, this is about terminalness, terminality, terms and conditions. And so what's up with that? What's up with like terminality, termination, yeah. Determination as well. Queen of Wands, you see what I'm talking about? It puts me in a Queen of Wands energy, which is like a very much like, how do I explain this? You know when your kids are like at a park and you're chilling and you're like vibing, right? You can't be in a Queen of Swords energy because you got kids, you know what I mean? You can't like be in a, you can't be in a Queen of Cups energy because you got kids, hello, but who's gonna tell you that, and not the Queen of Wands? You're only Queen of Wands when you're in the Queen of Wands energy. And so like, this is like, kids, get your butt in here. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not, you know what I mean? And obviously it's very attractive, you know what I mean? Because you're like, you're very gentle, very like sensual, and like it's very commanding, and that is a big turn on to guys, and you know what I mean? And so that's why you got kids. And so Queen of Wands energy is kind of like that energy, and so I can definitely understand that, even though I personally don't have human children at this time. It's the fact that I hadn't, like, personal story, but like personal message, you can skip this, but It's like I had a miscarriage when I was a kid, and so people don't understand how I got into Queen of Wands energy so young. And it's like, well, because I realistically thought about it. Like, if I didn't, not an abortion, sorry, a miscarriage, yeah, what would you call it? I had a miscarriage, and so when I was I was a baby, it was like a rape child. And so like I learned from a very young age that people always wanted to get me pregnant, and people always wanted to, like, and I couldn't really defend myself from that because of, like, you know what I mean, like I would have to compromise, and that would be too much already. So I would rather not pay for that. You know what I mean? I don't want to pay to be raped, excuse me. Like, you know what I mean? And so, yeah, strength. So I just gotta fucking stronghold the fuck out of that shit. Like, if I'm getting raped, I'm just like, I fuck it. Like, it's hard out here. But this is why I really, 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 really love romantic relationships, and I honor romantic relationships, and I honor romance and marriage, and I respect that kind of law and such like that. And I put a lot of dignity and integrity and faith into it so that it's not broken as well, because things can break, especially in the 3D. So I keep it high vibrational, King of Cups energy, see? I keep it high vibrational, see? And it's a lot for a man. It's a lot for a man, but that's, you know, that's the world. That's the worldly burden right there. That's none of my business. Yeah, that moon and ten of swords in reverse, exactly. So that's coming from the 10 of cups. 10 of swords in reverse means it's true happiness. So the purity had been checked. See, I told you, if somebody had checked me and then it was seen that I was pure, but that was not how I was protected. I knew that something was weird. It was like protection was gone or something like that. 3 cups in reverse. Yeah, it was like God was hidden. God hidden in darkness, dude. And so like it was like they started showing their ass with the directionless motivations, and yeah. And then what'd you call it? Chariot energy. I see that was seen by the divine, though. Angels saw it. That's the 6 of swords. You see how it went to the 6 of swords? So that was what it was. 3 of swords energy. It was an interference, and that's what had occurred, and like such like that. Like, anyways, let's keep going. Yeah, so we have the Ace of Cups, which is about love, true love. So true love is out here with the Wheel of Fortune, Fortuna energy, which means that it's definitely destined. Oh, it was definitely destined. And that's the 7 of Wands, like I had mentioned before. We've got Hanged Man in reverse, which means that there's only one reality. Could be there's no mystery about it, no wonder, no perceptibility. Yeah, it's definitely a 10 of Wands. There's a burden. There's some sort of burden. Maybe it's like people being really attentive to some sort of burden, possibly. Let's see what that's about. So yeah, we've got the burden right here, and then we've got the message, the Magician. So this is about manifestations, right? This is a gift of manifestation. So this is a manifestation done out of, I don't see spite, like, I see like despite, yeah, despite. So there's like despiteness of a matter. 1414, 741, yeah. There's like, despite a situation, life still goes on. Despite, you know what I mean? Despite pain, a tragedy can still live. It's like a lot of like lessons, profoundness. So it's like profoundness is what allows for gentleness. It's what allows for direction. It's like breadcrumbs. And so breadcrumbs for me are like, you know, Hansel and Gretel, what's left over to find the way through the forest. It's like what'd you call it, like Alice in Wonderland. This is all the truth. Like, I am the truth. Like, I don't see any other way about it. Like, you gotta be slow if you really wanted me to be like all confused about some sort of situation with such profoundness, right? Exactly. As in, like, abusive profoundness seems to be an occurrence. People don't understand what native culture means because of a lack of profoundness. There's no meaning. See, Queen of Swords energy. See, now I'm in work mode. Yeah, I see what I mean. I'm in like, all right, not work mode, sorry. I'm in correction mode. I'm like in like I'm sharp. I'm being sharpened. So this is skilled. I'm being sharpened. This is like manifesting. Yeah, devil in reverse energy coming through with the world. See, I told you the world. This is a cycle completion with the King of Pentacles, and that's an emolument. Now, emolument is a practice of making profit, and so what you call it, there's profit that is made here and harvesting that is required by the Queen of Swords, because you got to be in sword energy. So then you could see that someone trying to collect something in pentacle energy is like they would have to meet with the Queen of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles energy for me personally isn't something that like I delve into in public either. Exactly. Hierophant in reverse. Exactly. I'm unmarried. I'm unmarried. Exactly. World cycle complete. And so like I'm a non-factor when it comes to expressions of marriage and all that jazz. Yeah, Seven of Swords. A lot of people wanted to force me into a compliance like marriage, which is a contract, like an NDA or some shit. But I put NDAs on their asses so they shut the fuck up about my shit. That's real. That's exactly why I'm unmarried. Because, yeah, I just know. I just be knowing, bruh. Oh, sorry, guys, here. It was I was trying to see because I just kind of felt it, but Nine of Cups. With the Nine of Cups energy here, is talking about discoveries. Discoveries. So we talked about terminal energy. So there's finality and finalement, and then there's terminalment. No, not terminalment. Sorry, terminality. But it comes from determination, isn't it? So it's like there's a lot of that going on where it's like certain words are used, but they're misconstrued because the real word is more optimistic and more logical than the broken down version, the separated, the disgraced version of it, which is why we don't fancy in that retrospect judgment with the Nine of Cups. But I pulled judgment just now. So, hi. So, let's keep going before we finish this reading. I need to go take a shower, y'all. Hello. Okay, so we've got the Ten of Wands with the Strength here, and the Six of Wands, which is like, yeah, it's pretty much like harvesting. Like, think of it this way, with this card trying to pop out, the Ace of Swords, the Truth. Think of it this way. So, what'd you call it? Just think of it this way, like, if you have all these burdens, right, and you have all these like things that are heavy in your life, it's usually because these are things that you already manifested. These are things that you're responsible for. And so because there's so much of it, there's so much abundance hidden under it. Look at all those roses growing from under all of that, right? Under all of those castles and things. It's like there's a lot to go through. And like sure, that's like a long journey, and sure, that's like heavy, and you gotta do so much, but like, imagine when it's like clean. Imagine when it's good. Imagine when it's like all great. And that's like the optimistic part about it. That's like the strength part about it. And then like, it's about how well you conduct that kind of approach. You know what I mean? Like, okay, do I want to be strong in this situation? It's like, do you want to be strong in this situation, right? Do you is it for these burdens? Do you want to lay these burdens down? Do you want to release yourself from all the baggage that, you know what I mean, you've reprived over the years? Well, that takes harvesting. Six of Wands, that takes you actually accommodating the practice that you know what I mean, had willfully learned to conduct, right, with your strength card. And this is if you are in repentance, if you understand building strength and understand, you know, the capacity. Well, this is all things that you do in Christ. That's the truth. You start all these things out in spirit in Christ, and if you have done this appropriately, then you would already understand what I'm saying, and that's all that matters. And some people don't even realize that they've already done this in spirit over so many years of their lives. They've spent millions and millions of years in spirit and don't even realize that literally means that they're immortal. And so it's the most hilarious thing for them to understand exactly what I'm saying all the time, and then still be of a character in a physical realm that it doesn't make any sense. Look at that card, bro, with the 8 of Cups. Just, oh, like, what? Like, what? It's just, huh? Like, and so I get it. I get the projections where it's like, oh, like she doesn't really know who she is. And some people think that they can take advantage of it because they hear it, because they don't really know. They're like, wait, she doesn't really know who she is? And then they try to take advantage of me, and it doesn't really work out really well for them. And that's why I tell you guys about strength and power and principles, and the power of determination, and the power of discipline, and the power of ritual, tradition. I'll be right back. Okay. And the importance of the reprieve that you carry, the burdens that you lay to God. Lay them to God. Leave them to God. I'm leaving everything to God right now, and I'm just like, yeah, strength, as you can see, everything goes to God. And it's done just right in front of you. The Magician, you can see my strength. You can see me doing it right in front of you, utilizing all the skills that I had already learned, all my reprieve that I've already mastered and unmastered multiple times. See, I am a master of none, a jack of all trades, and the 7 of Cups in reverse, yeah, period, is my emolument, period. And so the technology that is existent here, yeah, you see, they might not understand. They're like, why do you show up as a King of Pentacles? What do you mean? I'm the Empress. They're like, but you don't look like the Empress. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? They're like, no, you're not for me. I'm a lover, not a fighter. And I'm like, I'm a lover, not a fighter. They're like, huh? What was that? Judgment. Empress. They're like, Empress, please. Yeah, happiness. Oh, wait. Oh my gosh, my neighbor's so sweet. Ooh, there we go. Blue sky, blue sky. That's the blue side. Okay, let's keep going, y'all. We got this card out. 10 of Wands, burdens. You see how that's you see? You see how, y'all? But I don't complain. Why would I ever complain about that? Why would I ever complain about that? I beg. Imagine. Ugh. I need to go, y'all. I need to go. Actually, let me go now. Yeah, look at me, Nine of Pentacles, resting. I'm resting. Wait, let me actually read for myself because you guys, I've been reading for the collective. So let's go. King of Cups. Look at you. Four of Swords. You can see me. I see you. Five of Wands. Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. Can you please? I want to read for myself. These people are so annoying. Queen of Pentacles. Oh my gosh. Okay. Someone is watching, so I can't read for myself for balance or some shit like that. Watching me be happy. That's somebody else. That's one of you guys as well. I see you. See me too. Okay. Jeez. Strength. You see what I'm talking about? Oh. Yeah, see? I can see. But y'all think I'm scrying? I'm not scrying. I can tell. And if I can tell, I can see. And if I can see, I can show. Yeah, Seven of Wands with the Seven of Pentacles. Yeah, that's the order. Seven of Wands with Seven of Pentacles. Harvesting. Ooh. Nine of Wands. Yeah. So this is like ancestors. So the ancestors are also looking. They be looking. The ancestors can see you too, is what's going on, right? Can see me too. I knew that. Period. Anything else? Okay, the truth. Okay. Pentacles. Oh. It was hard, but I have to start my pentacle journey. Okay. Again. Pentacle journey is something that always goes over and over and over and over again. Even though even though you can see my emolument, I'm still redoing it over and over and over again because it takes a woman. It takes a woman, and that's the thing that people can't see, but they have to honor. Please, next. Yeah, I really don't care. Wow, see, look at me. I'm like, I can do this way. Emolument. There it is. Okay, that makes sense. All right. See, lovers. There I am. There it is. What is that? Opportunity. Yeah. Okay. So, we all got roles in our reality. That's what's going on. Discrimination. Yeah. Sometimes people gotta understand. Helping the needy is also a form of discrimination. Some people may find it rude and prideful of you. How dare you, they say. How dare you try and actually help us when you were the ones that type. But at the end of the day, the reality of the situation is that we weren't the ones. And some people really were, but they try and pretend like they weren't. And those are the people that they're closest to and not us. And that's the reality of the situation. Because the only ones that would help them are only people like us, earth angels, who actually gave a fuck at some point. And it's not because we give a fuck now. Don't get it fucking twisted. It's that we gave a fuck and we don't want to regret it. That is not a part of our duty, is regret and shit. Like, do you think angels poop? And that's the funniest part about it all. That's why men wanted to be perfect or wanted to understand perfection. Yeah, I'm getting burnt again, y'all. It's a cold shit. And if you don't know it, then you should probably research about it and make your own mind up about it instead of following everybody else's, because then, you're just gonna get lost and confused. This is not your pathway. Anyways, bye. See y'all. Thank you.